Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're diving into the ultimate local playbook for navigating high school NIL sponsorships. You know the headlines, right? 17-year-old basketball phenoms bagging seven-figure deals before they even have their driver's license. It's wild. And as a small business owner, it's so easy to look at those massive numbers and just assume the whole name, image, and likeness game is totally out of your league. But we're going to completely flip that script today. We're going to prove you absolutely do not need $1 million budget to see a massive return on your investment. In fact, local high schoolers, they might just be your biggest untapped marketing resource.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to cover the follower trap, the neighborhood test, roster diversification, real-world scouting, the scoreboard, and finally, keeping it legal. Let's get right into it.
To set the stage here, let's contrast those intimidating headlines of seven-figure mega-influencers with the actual everyday reality of high school athletes. When a big brand hires a mega-influencer, they're really just paying for broad reach and vanity metrics, right? But as a local business, when you partner with a high school athlete, you're paying for something infinitely more valuable. You are paying for unmatched, highly localized trust. And let's be real, when it comes to local marketing, trust is the ultimate currency.
All right, Section 1, the follower trap, and why big numbers actually fail small towns.
You see, this obsession with huge follower counts, it's actually a massive trap. As a local business, you got to remember that vanity metrics are honestly the absolute enemy of actual sales. Let's look at a super practical example. Say you own a hardware store in Ohio. It genuinely doesn't matter if an influencer has 100,000 followers way out in California. I mean, sure, the numbers look amazing on a screen, but those folks are never, ever going to walk into your store on a Saturday morning to buy a wrench or a can of paint. No way. What you actually need is an athlete with just 500 followers who happen to live within 5 miles of your front door. Because local influence, that is what actually drives revenue and keeps your lights on.
Think about the true power of these student athletes for a second. They are authentic micro-influencers in the purest sense of the word. Their followers aren't just random bots or strangers from across the globe. No, they're teammates, teachers, classmates, and local parents. That means when they post about your business, it isn't just automatically swiped away as another annoying paid ad in a cluttered feed. Instead, it's seen as a genuine recommendation from someone the community already knows, loves, and cheers for under the Friday night lights.
So, the big takeaway here? Stop looking at raw follower counts. You need to start looking entirely at the engagement rate. Check this out. A student athlete with just 800 followers might regularly get 200 likes and 30 comments on every single post. That is a massive 25% engagement rate. In the professional influencer space, a number like that is practically unheard of. And what's even better, those 30 comments are probably local parents asking what sandwich the athlete ordered, or teammates tagging each other to meet up at your shop after practice. It's literally an absolute goldmine for your local business.
Moving right along to Section 2, the neighborhood test, ensuring authentic partnerships.
Okay, the absolute quickest way to totally kill your ROI is partnering with a kid who has literally never stepped foot inside your store. You have to ask yourself this one crucial question before signing any deal. Do they actually shop here? Because your local community is smart. They can smell a fake sponsorship from a mile away. Think about it. If your town's star volleyball player is famously known to be a strict vegetarian and then suddenly she starts aggressively promoting your local burger joint on TikTok, the deal instantly fails. It feels totally inauthentic, everybody knows it's forced, and it won't drive a single new customer through your doors.
So how do you actually pass this neighborhood test? Well, just follow these 3 super simple steps to find an athlete who organically loves your brand. First, observe your current customers. Is there a local athlete who already comes in to grab a bite after practice every Tuesday? Second, ask your staff who they recognize from the high school. They almost always know exactly who the regulars are. And third, check your business's location tags on Instagram or TikTok. You might actually find that local athletes are already posting from your shop for free. Once you find these natural fans, paying them to promote you is going to feel like a completely organic, natural extension of their daily life.
Which brings us to Section 3, roster diversification, or looking beyond the quarterback.
You know, it's incredibly common for small businesses to just blindly chase the star quarterback that literally everyone else in town wants. But high school sports are this beautifully diverse ecosystem, and you really need to look for those sleeper options. Take the track star, for example. They often have a highly dedicated, health-conscious following that is absolutely perfect for a local smoothie shop or a gym. Or, hey, what about the band leader? NIL isn't just for traditional sports. Students in band, cheer, or theater usually have massive, dedicated community support, and they reach entirely different demographics than the football team. And don't forget multisport athletes. A kid who plays football in the fall, basketball in the winter, and baseball in the spring, that gives you year-round visibility. By diversifying your roster, you're tapping into entirely different segments of your town.
All right, Section 4, Real-World Scouting. Time to get in the bleachers.
Here's the truth. You simply cannot learn everything you need to know from a carefully curated Instagram profile. You've got to get out into the real world. Go spend a Friday night at the stadium or a Tuesday night in the gym and actually watch the sidelines. How does this athlete interact with their teammates? Do they take the time to stay late and sign autographs for the little kids or chat respectfully with the parents? Are they a vocal leader out there on the court, even when the team is taking a tough loss? You want to make absolutely sure you are partnering with a high-character athlete. Because, as we all know, in a small, tight-knit town, a bad reputation travels fast. Partnering with a known problem player can actually severely hurt your brand's standing.
Next up, Section 5, the scoreboard. How to track your local ROI.
Okay, it's time to shift from theory to practice. Since we aren't just chasing millions of useless clicks, we need to implement trackable plays. Number 1. Give your athlete a custom promo code, like say Touchdown 10, that they can share directly with their followers. Number 2, use Show the Post discounts. This is where customers literally have to hold up the athlete's Instagram story at your register to get a free drink or a percentage off. And number 3, create game night specials. Imagine running a promo that says, hey, if our partnered athlete scores a touchdown tonight, everyone gets half off appetizers tomorrow. These easily trackable plays definitively prove that your sponsorship is directly putting hard-earned cash right back into your register.
And finally, Section 6, keeping it legal with simple compliance. So this brings us to the elephant in the room, the stuff that honestly scares away a lot of small business owners. While most states happily allow high school NIL deals now, you absolutely must follow specific rules because, well, you're working with minors. First up, parents or guardians must be part of the contract process. No exceptions here, they just have to be involved. Second, keep the content rated G. Your brand and the athlete's brand should remain strictly family-friendly and professional at all times. And lastly, ensure proper FTC disclosure. Every single post needs to be clearly marked with a hashtag ad or a paid partnership tag. Transparency is absolutely key here to keep everybody safe and above board.
Now let's talk about how to make this entire process totally stress-free. Utilizing tech platforms like the NIL Athlete Network completely removes the headache of trying to manage contracts and compliance all on your own. By letting a specialized platform handle all that heavy lifting and the quote-unquote scary stuff, you are completely freed up to focus on what actually matters, and that is building a genuine, long-lasting relationship with the athlete and your local community.
Because look, at the end of the day, massive corporations like Nike or Gatorade, they have the budget to buy international superstars. But only a local business can truly invest in the kid who lives 3 doors down. Only you can sponsor the athlete whose parents buy their groceries at your exact store. When you do this, you aren't just buying an ad. You're investing in a family. You're investing in a community. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to stop chasing those empty vanity metrics and start building some unbeatable community loyalty with your very own hometown hero?